This is EML77 TV. Eric Lima here. What's going on? You know what's amazing about this world? Come up with so many crazy things, and such craziness is going on in this world. And a lot of us try to do stuff to keep our minds off what has been going on in this world, and we get called all sorts of names for it, and we're trying to, do the right thing and get back on our feet again. And there are a lot of situations in our lives, and yet people bash us for it. I've you never believe some of the stuff that I've been through. I mean, ever since getting the internet back in 2009. In fact, this is weird. 2019. It'll be this coming March that marked 10 years since I've been on the internet, because I won a computer for my birthday back in 2009, discovering Google and YouTube. I was at the then Best Buy in the Galleria, and ever since then I discovered Google, I discovered YouTube, and when I discovered all this crazy stuff on it, I'm like, hey, and then my parents had a computer, and I was goofing off on their computer for a while, and just discovered all sorts of things I was working on, YouTube, and I decided, well, I want a computer for my birthday, and so I ended up doing that. So I ended up doing that. My grandfather set me up, and so this March, it'll be 10 years on the internet for me. 10 years. A lot has gone on these past 10 years. I mean, from job changes to a lot of life-altering incidents that happened, and some are good, some are bad, and has been one of those things where you just, a lot of changes have occurred, and I've been, it's very hard to explain. I've been, like I said, through, a lot of things have happened that have altered my life on the internet. Getting complete strangers to ridicule me on here and say lots of, say lots of mean things to me on here, not only on here but on Twitter and all that, and mostly on Twitter would be about my ex-crush, but I like to get that out of the way, that I am not pandering after her anymore. She's moved on. Like I said, she's moved on with her life. And like I said, if it's God's will for us to be friends again, then great. If not, move on to the next thing. I don't know how what part of that people do not get and people do not understand, but you know what? If they fail to understand that, like I said, I'm done trying to explain, to everybody out there, and like I said, there's pros and cons about the internet. The cons of the internet is people complain about some of those, they complain about wrestling. I mean, many people say the internet has ruined professional wrestling and sports entertainment. And and all of them think it's the cool thing to hate the WWE. Well, let me explain to you, internet nerds, something. Internet wrestling nerds, something. If it had not been for the WWE, none of these organizations would have existed. That's my honest opinion on that. If WWE has not been put on the map, if professional wrestling has not been put on the map, none of these other organizations you see today would exist. None of these wrestlers that you would see, no one would know who would they be, who they are. That's my honest opinion. And that's why I think we should be all thankful that the WWE existed, so that these other wrestling organizations could exist today. You know what I mean? That's one thing I need to get out of the way. So that's why I'm forever going to be a WWE fan. It gives me an opportunity. Like I said, I got an opportunity to watch other wrestling organizations, which is really, really cool. I watched New Japan and Women of WoW Superstars, Women of Wrestling, this past Friday night. and then I watch Impact Wrestling. So I had 4 straight hours of professional wrestling to watch. And now this coming week, I have more wrestling to watch because you got Raw 3 hours, SmackDown Live for 2, and you got NXT UK usually for an hour or a couple of hours, and then you got NXT later on Wednesday night. So you're talking about 5, 7, 8, and then you got 12 hours of wrestling this week. Add the fact you got probably 14, 15 plus hours because you got NXT TakeOver Phoenix and the Royal Rumble coming up this coming weekend. Royal Rumble is a week from tonight, week from today. So a lot is going on, you know. Then you get to, you know, the internet helps you express yourself, you know. It helps you a little bit more, and just it's amazing what, you know, the last 10 years my life has changed because of being on a computer, being on the internet, and I've learned new stuff, learned and discovered new things, dealt with how to deal with this situation, how to deal with people, how to deal with trolls, cyber bullies, and haters, and how to, you know, I'm not here to own anybody or drop the mic on anybody. I just tell the truth, and I'm just trying to be real with the people, and people like me because I'm real. All right, I'm not a faker. That's why I never hide behind some egg or hide behind a celebrity's picture or something like that. You know, sometimes when it comes to friends of mine and all that, if somebody passes away, I will put a picture of them just to honor them a bit. You know, just to remember, just to remember them and be respectful. But at the same time, you know, I never forget where I come from. I never forget my roots. You know, I'm that type of person to be proud of who he is. Now, yeah, my life is not the most glamorous life in the world. All right, it's not the most glamorous life ever. I don't have the most glamorous job in the world either, but I'm making money. All right, they will, you know, just to let you guys know. I know you guys. There's some of you guys that made fun of me working at the mall and all that. Just like, you know, just to assure you that I'm not going to be there for long. I'm not going to. It's not like you know, I'm not going to be there forever. You know, if I feel in my heart that it's time for me to move on, I will. Like I said, I've been working at that mall for will be this June will be 24 years. Because 15 of them I worked over at a restaurant that was at the mall at one point, but as of 2016, it's been closed and it's gone ever since. You know, and like I said, the internet has been a life-altering experience for me. I get to experience a lot of things I never got a chance to experience before, you know, and then I get a chance to, you know, use it as like a mental time machine to go back in time and check out some of the things and shows and everything else that has been there, you know what I mean? Sorry about that. I had to adjust something there. Okay. So what, you know, you know, and despite all I've been through here on the internet, I've stood strong, I stood my ground, and I always will continue to do so. And I'm very thankful for those who have subscribed and followed me, not only on this brand new channel, but my previous channel. And, you know, I have so many ideas running through my head, and I'm trying to be creative and, you know, trying to go about it and just see what I can do, you know. To get these thumbs episodes. I think a lot of people, you know, I've been talking a lot of wrestling. I'll be talking a lot of Red Sox because in a couple of months we're talking about baseball season coming, you know. Right now we have the Patriots in the playoffs, in the AFC title game against the Chiefs. The number 1 seed in the AFC right now is the Chiefs. Hopefully, you know, the Patriots find a way to win. I would say if the Patriots won, that's great, it's wonderful. We're going to the Super Bowl and whatnot. But if the Chiefs won, then I move on to the Red Sox and move on to our 2018 World Series, defending World Series champs. So, so there's that. So it's always been a silver lining. You know, the saying, every dark cloud there is a silver lining. Like to me, this winter, every winter that has happened since I started working at this job here has been a dark cloud, but I always find a silver lining. You're talking about February, the shortest month of the year with 28 days. That's 4 weeks worth. You know, seven days a week, you know, times 4 is 28 days. So we're basically 60 days away from spring. And hopefully spring weather does come at the time. And I do have, you know, I'm also less than that away from vacation. So you're talking about 57, 56 days away from my vacation, which is, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you. Looking forward to my vacation. Hopefully during my vacation I will do a lot more things here on the internet, especially here on YouTube. Hopefully do a lot of Get These Thumbs episodes. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that. It's been like, my life's been crazy. You know, everything's been crazy over this weekend due to the humongous winter storm that has turned into, you know, technically, you know, a thunderstorm, a rainstorm that happens during the winter is technically called a winter storm if you think about it. And you're thinking, you know, it's funny because when they say winter storm, they would mean, a whole lot of snow in the forecast. But, you know, if it's a storm, rain or snow, that happens during the winter, it's considered a winter storm. So right now we're in a winter storm, but it's in the form of rain. Weird, isn't it? You know, I didn't look at it. I didn't think of it that way. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. This is the winter season. We're under the winter season right now until March 20th. So since a rainstorm is happening right now, it's considered a winter storm. So Winter Storm Harper is still hitting here in the South Coast, but the only difference is it's in the form of rain. Some of it, some up north of us, is a lot more snow, and you know, I suggest you guys stay out there, stay safe. And the thing here is, we are hoping that the rain ends soon. That way, the roads can dry off. But the bad news is, the next day it's going to be in the single digits. Not even reach the teens tomorrow. The upside about it is most of the kids in public schools has it off because it's Martin Luther King Day, and so there's that. So, and last night we had like 1 to 3 inches of snow. Probably got 1.5. By the time I got up this morning, it was all wiped out, and it was all wiped out. We had a humongous downpour, everything else, and it was a little peaceful in this house because we didn't have the 2 dogs, my sister's 2 dogs. In fact, my sister and my brother-in-law took their 2 dogs to visit my brother-in-law's mother. So, and the 2 dogs were there to get their nails done. So it was something to. So it was something to behold, and so right now our house is pretty much peaceful until they come home. So it's going to be a lot of quiet, a lot of peace and quiet for the next few hours or so. And so yeah, so I'm celebrating. This March I'll be celebrating 10 years being here on the internet. And, you know, there's a lot of things I'm faithful for on the internet. You got, you know, Amazon, eBay. You know, Amazon I didn't get to be a customer until 2011. So I learned, you know, and I started learning how, gift cards. I can, and eBay in 2015, and I started learning how to shop online with those 2 sites. So that's, you know, I've learned how to interact with people on Twitter, interact with celebrities on Twitter. Mainly the wrestling celebrities, which I'm really honored. Some of them had followed me on Twitter, and let's see, I had David Hasselhoff following me on Twitter, Jenny McCarthy. Honored. Every time a celebrity follows me on Twitter or a famous wrestler follows me on Twitter, I feel honored and feel very humbled about that. Then I had to deal with all the trolling and all, you know, the trolling, the cyberbullying, and the hating. And at first, I, you know, defend myself and go after them, calling them names and all that. Now nowadays it's like, yeah, whatever, and press the block button. That's how I do. That's how I work. That's how I do things now. It's, you know, it's like you say the same thing over and over again to me. Gee, I already know that. You know, it's like, duh. You know, and they pick on me about my ex-crush. Listen. Like I said before, she's moved on with her life. She's fine. She's doing her thing. You know, and I'm here doing my thing, having fun. That's all that matters, you know. And yeah, my life, like I said, my life is not the most glamorous life in the world, and it's not super grand, it's not super awesome, but it's a good life overall. I'm alive, I'm still doing my thing, and I ain't, I'm not going to, go away anytime soon, unless the Lord Himself decides to call me home. And if that's the case, then that's that. If not, well, that means my work is not done. And I've always wanted to encourage people, and and here's the funny part. I'm 41 years old. I'm gonna be 42 in a couple of months. All right, and you're thinking, oh, you're still 40 years old. You live with your parents, and listen. I'd rather live with my parents at a very old age than go out there in the streets. Because you go out there in the streets, and there's a lot of people there that's not fortunate as I am. Now, I could say, oh, I'm thankful, but I always would pray for, I would think about those and say, I think about those who's not, who doesn't have a home to live and doesn't have a family to live with. And I think about them, and I pray for them, and pray that, God, the Lord does help them. The Lord does help people that, don't have a home, don't have a family to go to. I don't care. Hey, I got my license, I have my own car, and, and a lot of these people, many people think, in everyone's social mind that you're a loser. Well, I'm anything but a loser. I'm not. I don't feel like a loser anymore. Now, yeah, there's things about my current life right now, I don't like. But you know what? Sometimes you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try to, Sometimes, okay, you don't like it, then you gotta change. You gotta change. Like I said, I don't like my job right now. I'm thinking about changing it soon, and that I'm trying to look online for another job and all that. At the same time, yeah, I may live in the worst city in the world, but you know what though? I grew up in the city. I grew up in New Bedford. I'm proud to be from New Bedford. And I don't care what's going on. Yeah, we probably have a mayor who probably does not make the right decisions that is best for our city. But you know what? The Bible says, in all things count it all joy. Rejoice in the Lord always. In everything give thanks. I've always stuck by that. I've always believed God's word. And is my life going to get easier as time progresses? I don't think so. But will things get better? I hope so. Will things get better for me? Like I said, I hope so. I pray. I hope and pray they do. Listen, I found out a week before I hit 40, a couple of years ago, that I may have a form of autism known as Asperger's syndrome, and that could be the reason why I've been the way I've been. The reason why I don't talk about it as much as I would like to, because I don't want to use it as some kind of excuse. You know what I mean? That's not, I don't, if I behave wrong, it's my Asperger's syndrome, and I don't want to use an excuse, but I'm well aware of what I have. And, like I said, there's been a lot of things that I've discovered that I never thought I would discover before here on the internet. Like I said, the internet here changed my life. It changed my life completely. It's like it's like the next level of my life of how, how do I deal with all this? How do I deal? How do I go about this? And it's very interesting to read a lot of messages from people that I know, good friends, good people, and sent me encouraging words, and I appreciate that. Those of you who berate me about my life and who rip me about my life, you don't know what it's like to walk a mile in my shoes. So until you do, until you understand about my life, don't say anything to me. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And those of you who give me encouraging words, thank you. I really do appreciate that. It's not a message of, oh, woe is me, don't, feel sorry for me, I want attention or crap like that. No. It's about me being real. It's about, this is the internet has given me an opportunity to be real with the people. And that's why I decided to do my YouTube show. First, it started off as Lima being Lima. The reason why I call myself, my last name has been mentioned because majority of my friends from Ruby Tuesday has called me by my last name. And then you got the People's Lima. I've always been a big fan of The Rock. He called himself the People's Champion. He lives up to that. So I got people that like me, so I decided to call myself the People's Lima. Then they shortened up to TPL. And a lot of people made fun of that because of the association with a subscriber that they don't like on there. And then I won't mention his name or else it'll start up again, I'm afraid. So, and everybody knows what. And so I decided, last year I decided to make a new channel and make it troll free, and so far it has been, And although I want to take this time to be thankful for everything that's happened, whether it could be good or bad, it's really a difficult journey that I'm in, So we'll see what happens as time progresses here in 2019. What's going to happen, and what's going to happen, I don't know. One thing, sometimes, things with surprises, like just found out that Dartmouth Mall is bringing back Hollister. So a friend of mine, she questioned, hey, where's it going to go? And I said, well, Aeropostale and Crazy Eights by Gymboree are probably leaving the mall because Gymboree has filed for bankruptcy, so they're closing all 900 stores, including the ones associated with Gymboree, and Crazy Eights happen to be one of them. So if my suspicions are correct, if my calculations are correct, I think Hollister will take over those two spaces right there. So if Hollister's making a comeback, it'll be a lot different than could be a lot different than the Hollister we had before. We had a lot of stores come and go over the years that I've worked at the mall. I've witnessed them having the huge makeover from 99 to 2000 when I worked at Ruby Tuesday. And they moved, it was, I have to admit, though, there was a lot of things from old school, the 80s and 90s I miss. A lot of people pick on me, make fun of me about that, but you know what? I grew up in that decade. I can teach you kids a few things that I've learned. Because right now, we got people being, back in the day, back in the day, I treat everyone with respect, no matter what race, creed, or color, or sex. I was taught to respect others. I was taught to treat them like brothers and sisters when I was in church. And I was taught to treat, as a young man, to treat the women like they're my sisters. And be respectful towards them. I was taught, I don't care what color. I don't care if you're gay or straight. I look at people as people, and that's all there is to it. I don't care what their preference is. I look at them as people. Is it easy? No, it's not. But I have to look at it that way, and that's what I need to do. I don't care about their nationality. I don't care about their religion. I don't care, like I said, gay or straight. God, the Bible says to love one another. And also the Bible says, love your enemies, bless them that curse you. Believe me, I had a lot of people that cursed me. Over the internet. But I don't hate them. I just don't want them. I don't want their garbage affecting me from a mental standpoint point of view. That's why I blocked them, because I don't want to put up with them spewing so much venom at me, to the point where, you know, I would mentally break down and start freaking out, flipping out, and end up doing something stupid that will get me in a lot of trouble. So that's why the smart thing I always do, I have to block people because of that reason. I don't want to, but but just to let you know, I don't hate them, but I don't know who they are. I don't know why they would hide behind the face of a celebrity or or an egg or something like that. I mean, listen, if you want me to respect you, then you gotta respect me. It's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Respect's a two-way street. But personally, I'm very, very thankful for my life. I'm very thankful for what has. I've been thankful that the internet helps me to learn a lot, helps me how to take a stand for myself and all. So, all in all, the bottom line is 10 years on the internet. It's changed me as a person. And I've always liked to bring the fun and smiling entertainment. But also, I like to bring the realness. And that's what YouTube has encouraged me to do, is bring the realness. To all my subscribers, thank you for your support of the channel. I will continue to do so, being here. Not only on EML77 TV, but on my previous channel, even though I don't use it anymore. I figured, it'll be a good life. I'm also going to be thankful for everyone that in my life that's been encouraging me, and I will continue to do this. Continue to do so, Not only be real to people, but have fun and be an entertaining guy. Talk about sports, wrestling, video games, whatever fun stuff there is out there. I hate talking about politics. I hate talking about religion, because those two things, the philosophies and doctrines, could divide and make enemies out of people, and I don't want that. So, I've always been a respectful person to everybody, but if you're not going to respect me, then I'm sorry, I got to block you. That's the way I work. That's the way I roll. Because I'm not going to argue with somebody who doesn't have the courage to show his or her face. You respect me, put a real pic of yourself up. If you want to come at me, be real. Be, when I say be real, that means put a post of your own face up. If you're too much of a coward to do it, then don't bother me with that. Because all the stuff you tell me, I've already known. Because it's been told to me before. That's why it doesn't bother me as much. But like I said, I don't want to see any garbage coming at me. Because I always pick it up and throw it in the trash where it belongs. But I am going to say this, and I'm going to conclude this video with this. My name is Eric Lima from New Bedford, Massachusetts. Born here March 6, 1977, and I'm proud of who I am. Nothing haters do or say will change me. Nothing that bullies say or do will change me. Nothing that trolls will say or do that will change me. The only person that will change me is me. It'll be up to me to have what changes I want to make in my life. I know if I want to get out of here, get out of my current job and find a new one, a better one, I'll go out and do it. If I want to, I look in my room, I feel like I do some cleaning, reorganizing, rearranging. If I want to do that, I will do it. Life is what you make of it. If you don't think your life is great, don't take it out on others. Go out and do something about it. If you feel like your life is great and you're doing wonderful, praise God. I give you a thumbs up. Like I said, if you don't think your life is great, and you're bored out of your mind, and you decide to pick it on someone else who's got to have has a decent life and is real with the people, and you go pick on that person, don't. That's being disrespectful, man. If your life's that horrible, don't take it out on others. Taking your anger out on others will not make your life great. Trust me. Oops. I do have some quirks in my life. I do some things with issues that I need to deal with on my own. I'm a grown man, and I'm making those decisions. I can make any decision I want. If I want to get a new job, I'm going to do that. If I want to buy the latest video game, I'll do that. You know, or go somewhere. You know, or go somewhere to eat or something like that. I am proud of who I am, and I'm thankful that God's always been at my side. He's got my back. He's not some little magic man in the sky. He's my ultimate friend. And he's blessed me with all these great people that I've contacted over the last 10 years. I've made a lot of great friends. A lot of people that care about me. In fact, he's given me friends before I even had the internet. Before I even had a computer. He's blessed me with all those sorts of friends. And I'm very, very thankful for that. Puts a smile on my face to hear it and to see encouraging words. I'm blessed with a good family, and I'm thankful. And I will continue to be thankful. That's the way I roll. That's the way I am. People got a problem with it? Thank you next. So, that's all I have to say today. 10 years on the internet. Wow. A lot has changed since then. And believe me, here's to 10 more. You never know. So God's blessings to all of you. Catch you on the flip side. And remember, pay attention. You might learn something. Alright? When it comes to life. Once again, pay attention. You just might learn something. Peace.